What is going on, YouTube fitness family? We are back, and as you know, I am again in poverty calories. It's Monday, so we're 5 days out, technically let's say 6 from my show, so it's like my second to last day of depletion, and I thought I was lean for Vancouver, but I don't think I was, because now it's like a whole nother level of conditioning. I'm down like another like 5-6 pounds off my previous low, so in the mid to high 240s, which for me I thought was like not gonna happen, but hey, at the end of the day, weight doesn't matter. I'm probably gonna fill back out to like 255, so it's all about conditioning. Like this condition, like this weight at, you know, like let's say 4, 5, 6 pounds less body fat is gonna look so much better than just to be heavy. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys exactly what I'm gonna eat today throughout the day. You guys love these videos. But also let's do a little physique update, since obviously, like I said, I thought I was lean, so it'd be kind of fun to see, because I was thinking, what was our last one, Phil, that we did 7 days out, 8 days out?
Body weight?
No, 8 days out when we did the last full day eating.
Yeah, it was 8 days out.
All right, so we're about just shy of like 5 now, so it'll be fun to compare the two. But let's see how this is looking. I did my morning walk already. Oh yeah, one other thing I want to show you guys. I saw it on my Instagram story. I'm sick of losing in these fucking red posing trunks, so we got some new ones, baby. Check these out. We got the gold statue trunks. Not sus at all. Very, very hetero. Very, very manly. So but these look like they have a lot of coverage on my ass. When I put these on, my ass like literally eats these, so it's gonna be a little bit more of a thongy look than we've had in the past. So I'm glad my glutes are a lot more peeled than they were for last show. So excited to try these out on stage. Hopefully it's not my last time, but as you guys know, last for Ralph for the pro card. If I don't get it here, I'm at peace with it. I fucking gave it everything. So let's go eat some breakfast. I feel like I'm like 2 to 3 minutes from passing out, so I'll see you downstairs. All right, so as you guys know, usually meal one for me. I enjoy it. It's a egg white, kind of like frittata thing. So I got the pan getting nice and hot here. As you guys can tell, energy is super fucking low. I will be 100% honest. Like, this is the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. Like this last dig from Vancouver. So like essentially I went home that night, was so disappointed, didn't have a cheat meal, like didn't feel like I wanted one, had like some fucking beef and rice that was in the fridge, some extra like my little fruit treat I have at night, and then like went to bed. So no cheat meal, nothing. Woke up the next day and I was like right to deciding I was doing USA's, and like down to like 1,800 calories, like a full workout, filming, like saying hi to people, then doing like an hour of cardio in the super hot gym, and then like right to the next day flying back to LA, and like on that same low calorie. Like ever since then, I've felt like just hollow, like very low energy, very low ability to like perform tasks. And if you guys have never been like real deal depleted, it's like everything becomes like very overwhelming, and it's hard to think, and it's like you start to think about the weirdest thing. Like if I'm watching my babies, like I'll be like, okay, that chair is a little higher off the ground, so it's gonna be easier for me to sit down and get back up from it, whereas if I sit on that step, I have to sit all the way down there, and if I have to like get up to help them with something, like it's gonna be so much harder for me to get up. Like shit you shouldn't have to think about, like you start to think about, and it's like you're just trying to get through like 15 minutes max at a time. Like you're not even like thinking about what's like an hour ahead of you or goals or anything like that. You're just like basically trying to survive. Like there was times where like I literally, just because I needed like a second, I would like go into the bathroom over there and like just like put my head down on the vanity, because it's like I just needed a second to like breathe. And so I had to start to think about, okay, is this really conducive to like being a father? I don't do any bodybuilding coaching, in the sense of like I don't really like do prep clients. Like if somebody asked me for some advice based on my experiences, sure, but will I do like a full prep protocol for somebody? No. It's like I don't know if it's like a lack of interest. I think it's very interesting, but it's just a lot of pressure, right? Like people put so much into this, and like I'll say, like, for example, like my coach Callum, when I spent some time with him, he's just like on his phone nonstop. Like, he's on his phone, he's got his laptop open, he's got a tablet open, he's sending voice memos while he's watching something else. Like, that's what you have to do. It's like terrific. I like commend him for it, but I just don't think, based on where I'm at with my life and like everything I've going on with like HTLT supplements and coaching, like more lifestyle specific clients, like people that want to like build muscle but like don't need to get to 3% body fat kind of thing. So more of like finding balance. And shout out if you do want me to coach you to get into really great shape, but not necessarily for a stage. Look at the link below. I am currently taking clients. I love that side of the space. I've been doing it for years and years. But yeah, so like for example, you know, a couple of days ago I was doing cardio and I like right around like 25 minutes and it's been happening to me, I'll start to feel it come on, like a little bit of hypoglycemic. So if you guys know like diabetics, they'll get, if their blood sugar drops too low, they'll go hypoglycemic. And so I start to feel it and I'm like, you know what, fuck this, like I want to win this show, I want to push through it. So I went for like another 3 minutes. I was like, okay, this is not gonna end well. But then in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm only 10 minutes from home, so let me just race home so I don't have to like drink any simple sugars or Gatorade or something. Not that I had anything with me, but hop in my car, hit like 2 red lights, and I'm like, oh, fuck, like I'm about to pass out. Like I need to get something right away. So I stumble into the, like I see a gas station, I park like super out, like weirdly, I don't even like know what I was doing. I parked in like not even a parking spot, busted in the door, and I was so tunnel vision on trying to like just get to the Gatorades that I didn't even see this like magazine like kind of chip stand, and I literally like blow through it like I'm a fucking linebacker, dude. Like just completely knock it to the ground. And I'm like, the people that work there are probably like, holy fuck, this guy's like drugged out. And so I'm like, I knocked this thing over. I'm like trying to pick it up. I'm not even like, can't even think straight. And I'm like, hey, I'm like, the first thing that came to mind, I was like, hey, I'm like diabetic. I need the sugar. And they were like, oh, go, go, go. Even though I'm not diabetic, but it was the first thing I could think of. And so I went and grabbed a Gatorade and I just like chug half of it and I sit on the floor. And they're like, do we need to call somebody? I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like I just need a couple minutes. So I helped them pick everything up. Yeah, I was like, yo, what the fuck am I doing, man? Like for what? To have somebody validate me that I'm like fucking shredded on stage and I'm like more jacked than the other guy. It's like, I love the sport. I really do. But I was talking to Phil about this. I think there's people that were like really meant to do it. Like I feel like I have a very athletic build, but I don't know if I have like that like true bodybuilder build where you see a guy, you're like tiny joints, tiny little waist, you're like, dude, that guy's just like, just puts a little bit of work in and they're gonna be a top level bodybuilder. Like you look at like, you know, Lee Priest, Flex Lewis, Flex Wheeler, all these guys had like just insane potential from a very young age. And I feel like I'm almost like kind of fitting a square peg in a round hole. And while I love it, and I don't think you necessarily have to have like top tier genetics to like perform well, I think if you're not gonna have top tier genetics and perform well, you have to work like 5 times as hard and make like 10 times more sacrifices. And so that's why I decided that this year, if I don't get it at USA, is like, I'm at peace with it. Like I really truly say like I gutted for this. Like I feel fucking terrible. I know I'm like putting a face on for the camera right now, but I probably wanted to quit 8 to 10 times in the last week. Just be like, fuck it. But you know, I made a promise to myself. And so if I know that I gave this everything and I show up and I try to win as best as I can be at peace with that for the rest of my life. Cause I can look at myself and be like, you know what, I really did give it all to that show, and if it wasn't enough, you know, it's not enough, which is fine. And I'm like really thankful for the experience. I'll have it for the rest of my life. I'll have the photos, the memories, and I'm still gonna fucking stay in great shape. Like I think it's just gonna be different goals, different challenges that might not involve us. It's like stepping on stage specifically. So I don't want to seem like a quitter. I just want you guys to understand where my psyche is, and like I have to be cognizant of my health for my family as well. Like bodybuilding requires you to push yourself to like very unsafe, unhealthy levels of body fat using androgens that are not safe at all. There's no like, oh, you know, if you know, in moderation. Like no, it's like this shit's fucking dangerous. So yeah, I just wanted to like obviously clear the air there, and yeah, I'm very, very like excited to finish out this process, but I'm also very excited to like be through USA's and enjoy time with my family and like give more to my wife and my babies and like my businesses. So, and you guys as followers, like, you know, keep creating good content. I know you guys don't follow me because of how I place in a bodybuilding show. You follow me because of like all the information I give you, and I'm going to continue to do that. And I might do mini cuts where I try to get down like pretty peeled, but not like, you know, maybe stage peeled or even step on stage. So, but that being said, if I do get the pro card, things probably will change. I probably want to do at least a couple pro shows in the future. So fucking wish me luck, because I do really want to win and get that pro card and see how I do as a pro in the next couple years. And yeah, but let's finish out this breakfast. All right, so for efficiency, I'm literally cooking my protein for meals 2 and 3 right now, just because if I'm already cooking stuff on the stove, I might as well just get after it. So I got 96 beef here, so obviously very lean. Still only on 50 grams of fat today, so have to be very cognizant of that. So what I'm doing here to maximize food volume is I'm gonna do some veggies, obviously, like always, but I'm gonna do 2 packs of this 96 beef, get that pan nice and hot, and then I'm going to also add in diced onions, diced peppers to get very low calorie flavor, because 96 beef obviously isn't very like juicy inherently, but if you add some vegetables, mushrooms, peppers, onions, it'll hold a lot more like moisture and flavor. So I'm gonna add some seasoning to this. I'm also gonna add some spinach. This is also a really good hack to get some fiber in, because as we know, like this much spinach cooks down to like this whole bag is gonna cook down to like the size of a fucking thimble. So like even if you add that much, it's going to obviously cook down and also hold a lot of moisture as well for the meal. So I'm gonna cook this up. I'm gonna add some extra seasoning to it. We're getting a little bit more methodical with sodium intake, so I'll probably measure that out after the fact and just use kind of some no salt seasonings on this. And then right before it's done, I'm going to take these 0 calorie, I think they're 5 calorie fettuccine style miracle noodles. So these have a ton of fiber in them. I don't know how they make these, but literally 5 calories for this whole bag. And I'm going to add this to this, so it'll have like kind of a noodle dish that's essentially just protein and a tiny little bit of fat and just dietary fiber. So very filling, makes you feel like you're getting a lot more food than if I was just gonna eat like some chicken and cucumbers or something. So I'll show you what that looks like when it's all cooked up. All right, so just finished up cooking this. So I got the egg whites, a little bit of spinach, a little bit of kale, some micronutrients, some fiber. I added like literally 2 grams of this better cheddar. It's like literally 10 calories of like basically cheddar powder, which is super bomb. And then I've got my oats here, only 45 grams of oats. I make it look a lot bigger because I whip it up with a lot of water, add my HTLT protein to it, some blueberries, and literally 4 grams, I said that right, of sunflower seed butter and a little bit of sugar-free syrup. So I'll pop the macros up for this first meal. This will probably be, depending how much work I get done, probably be my like first and last meal before I train. And then I'll show you guys what this came out looking like. So this is a literally protein only, essentially noodle with like some fiber, and these miracle noodles are like basically 0 calories. So I'm gonna pop this into a bowl for meal number 2, probably in like 2 or 3 hours. Or if I do, it would be post-training. So yeah, let's dig in, and I'll show you guys. Everybody likes to see at least a couple bites. So you can see, just like I rip it off in pieces. Anything right now tastes so fucking good. And this, I just know this just slaps. Like literally, it's just like simple pleasure. So crush this, and I'll see you guys at the next meal. All right, guys, so this is what it's gonna look like for our workout today. We've got hardcore stim we've got pre-pump. I'm gonna take those before, and then I'm gonna pack this for intra. So it's basically central aminos and electrolytes. And then I'm gonna pack this for post. I've got the maple cookie HTLT protein, so that'll be for right between my lift and my cardio. So I'm gonna do back and buys today, and then shoot for 60 minutes on the incline treadmill. So that'll take me through post-workout, and then I'll show you guys my post-workout meal. All right, guys, so back from the gym, we have meal number, I guess technically 3. We have what I made earlier, that beef and Miracle Noodle. I put that over a little bit of zucchini. So 6 ounces of cooked beef there. I'm gonna add a little sauerkraut. I put 1 gram of that better cheddar, and then 10 grams of the drive-through sauce. Flavor Gang, shout out. Use my code Eric. But I know this is gonna absolutely slap, so cannot wait to eat this. All right, guys, back with meal number 4, basically rerun of last meal. So again, a little base of zucchini, green beans I had prepped in the fridge, and then we go another 6 ounces of beef with that little veggie mix, and 1 gram of that better cheddar seasoning. So pretty simple here, and then gonna enjoy what I can of this. I'll probably add a pickle to it. Shout out Phil, my videographer, but Lena's filming this one. And then we're gonna do our before bed fruit and cottage cheese treat as always, but I'll show you guys that. Alright guys, last meal of the day, literally the best thing. It's literally just my fruit bowl. You guys have seen it before. I mix up some HCLT protein, cottage cheese, make that into kind of like a paste, and I mix in frozen blueberries. I have 1 small peach in here cut into slices, and I add a little bit of a half serving of fiber cereal and 5 grams of sunflower seed butter and some cinnamon and sugar-free syrup. So it looks like it's huge and a lot of calories, but I think this whole thing is like 400 calories, 500 calories max maybe. So definitely, if you need some volume, fruit, great antioxidants, fiber, and just like a great way to spend like 30 minutes eating something before bed while I watch shows with Lena. So I'm gonna do this, and we'll be 1 day closer. Tomorrow's our last load day, and then we load starting on Wednesday. It's been a really long day. Blue, my dog, our dog, got attacked this morning by literally a German Shepherd, and she ended up being fine, but she had a couple of definite wounds that I had to go take her to the vet for. But I took this German Shepherd by the neck, and this was this older woman, and I had it above my head. I was literally hanging by it's just hanging there, because I was stunned that I grabbed it that. I was holding it. At first I had it with 2 hands, and then I grabbed the leash, Blue's leash, so I had it like this.
You should probably give more context on how it attacked Blue.
Yeah, so I was dropping the babies off at daycare. I had them in the stroller, and I had the dogs. They get attached to the stroller with a carabiner on their harnesses. And so I saw this dog coming up with this older woman in her 60s. And when people usually let their dog come up to your dog, generally speaking, it's usually friendly. So if she's letting her dog come up to ours, at our stall, she was not paying attention. And all of a sudden, just attacks Blue, and I can't see it because it's on the other side of the stroller. So she runs around, and this dog's chasing her. So I grab the dog as he's coming around. I just take it like this, and I put it up in the air like that with both hands around the throat, because I was I don't want this dog to bite me too. And once I do that, it's just completely goes limp, because it's oh, I'm really outmatched here. So then I grabbed the leash and I'm holding out this dog. I was Lee, what the fuck are you doing? I'm super frazzled. Why would you let your aggressive dog get near my? I'm holding this dog, but fucking with that. And then she's not saying anything. So I'm if you let your fucking dog come near my family 1 more time, I'm gonna kill it with my bare hands. And I was probably too aggressive, but I was definitely amped.
None of the animal lovers are gonna love this.
I know. So then I put the dog down and made sure her dog was okay. Gave him a couple pets. It's not his fault, it's the owner's fault for being an idiot. And she's still standing there staring at me, not moving. I'm okay, well fucking go, do something, take your fucking dog. And so she just runs off. And so I didn't think Blue, I gave her a pet, she was fine. So I thought she had just basically ran around the stroller and this dog didn't get a hold of her. But I guess that the dog did. So when we got home, Bluey was acting totally fine. But Alina was in the garage trading clients. She's Eric, Blue has he's bleeding. I was oh shit. So it was not a huge wound, but it was definitely worthwhile taking her in. She got 1 stitch and antibiotics. So
she had 3 wounds.
3 wounds, but she only had 1 that required a stitch. So yeah, brutal day. But on top of that, low calorie, trying to get everything done. So the world is trying to throw everything it can at me, but we're gonna persevere as a family. Thanks, babe.
My shoulders are burning.
Shoulders are burning, but I love you guys. Thanks for supporting the channel. Make sure you like, subscribe. I know about super low energy, but that's how it comes down to when you get this lean. So hopefully this all pans out, guys, because it's a grind. Yeah, so I'll see you guys on the next video. Love you. And support me and the page by sending all this video to friends or do something. Who knows? All right, see you guys.
Sick with it, bro.